what's something that you're looking to accomplish over the next 12 months?
12 months, I would like to continue to grow my real estate portfolio. I've been looking very seriously into commercial real estate. So I would, now that I've got a really good base with residential properties, it is a lot of work. Managing all these tenants. A lot of my properties are in C-class areas, so it's not the greatest areas. A lot of Section 8, which great program. I like affordable housing and providing good properties to these tenants, but it's a lot of work. You deal with a lot of issues, drugs, violence, not only in C-class areas, but also A, B as well.
Sure.
The nice thing about commercial, which I'm really trying to get into, is it's triple net lease, so all your expenses get billed back to the tenants. You know, Chipotle, you deal with Chipotle's and stuff. They're not doing drugs, they're not setting their units on fire, they're not shooting, up their neighbors. So it's a much easier tenant class. You're able to just scale a lot better. So that's something I'm really looking forward to doing. Also, if I broker a duplex, maybe I make $3,000, $6,000 off the deal. If I broker a commercial building, you could potentially make $200,000, $300,000 in commission off of one deal.
Yeah.
So, and it's not a whole lot more work brokering, one commercial building versus one duplex. I mean, maybe it's a little bit more work, but even if it's double, I mean, I'm just 100xing my income
Right.
here. Especially leasing up commercial buildings, that's tenant rep. You can make a lot of money off of repping tenants and finding them places. You find Amazon, a 10,000 square foot warehouse that you get a 10, 20-year lease on. I mean, that's really good money on the leasing side of things. And then that gives my agents opportunities as well to kind of grow in. I mean, we've really cornered the 1 to 4 unit rental market in Central Ohio. So I think, joining the country club and the athletic club has allowed me to network with these commercial brokers that own these commercial brokerages like NAI, Colliers,
Yeah.
CBRE, and learning from them and then being able to break into that market. That's really what I want to focus on over these next 12 months.
That's awesome. What's something that you're looking to do in the next 5 years?
Retire. Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think you need to do? What do you think you need to have in place in order for that to happen? Because how old will you be at that point?
Uh, 33. I mean, I think continuing to live frugally. I mean, I rent a house in German Village, which for people listening who don't know the area, that's like the nicest place in Columbus, especially in the city. I rent a house right next to Schiller Park for $9.25 a month. So I don't even own the own place that I live in. So it's very frugal. I don't, yeah, I'm a part of these country clubs, but other than that, I don't really spend a lot of money on anything else. I drive my mom's hand-me-down car and everything. So, and then I just keep taking all the money I earn and buying assets that will make me more money. So
Yeah.
I think I could already retire, but I'm enjoying it too much right now. But maybe in 5 years I'll get bored, start to have family.
I'm curious because, in our industry, I think we're notorious for showing all the flashy stuff, right? The shiny objects, living above our means. I think that's just people in general. But has there been something that has really helped you with staying clear on that path for you?
Um, I just don't really care about that stuff. So I make really good money, but I don't. I mean, I still try to go to happy hours. My favorite happy hour is $1.50 double wells out or in. Unfortunately, now it's $2 double wells. So inflation there. But yeah, there's some agents here that'll buy $600 coats and $15,000 watches and new cars, which I mean they make good money, so they should do it. But just never really interests me. I married a wife that works at Squire Patton Boggs, so corporate attorney. She does really well, and she's kind of the same thing. Hey, we'll put the money in the joint bank accounts. Once we get enough money, we'll go out and buy a USCD that's going to issue us 5% coupon every year. So, and then
Hmm.
we'll get loan to value against that. But I think I'm really just one of my goals is to have a big family. So I'm just kind of saving up money that I want to shoot for 10 kids and just go to all their sports games and teach them about being entrepreneurial and whatnot. So that's kind of, I think, what's driving me to save my money very aggressively.
Wow, that's awesome. I mean, that's amazing. Because like I said, in this business, a lot of people just show you the fancy cars, the big houses, and a lot of it. I always tell people getting into, there's a lot of fluff and a lot of BS.
Yeah.
That you're going to see, that you're going to hear. You're dealing with salespeople, so of course they're going to oversell. And
Hmm.
it's just great that you got that clarity, because I think a lot of people struggle with that. What's the why? For doing this business, and just staying on that path. Remington, what's a legacy goal for you? What's something that you're looking to accomplish when you're no longer here? And it's probably hard for you because you're a little
Um,
you're younger, so
yeah, no, I don't really care because when I'm dead, I'm dead. I don't really care about legacy or anything. I mean, I don't, not sentimental about that. My wife says I struggle with empathy, but yeah, I guess my kids, having some kids. I think having a cool brokerage where I really appreciate when I'm able to take a student that was maybe going to work at JP Morgan or anywhere else. I keep harping on JP Morgan. I actually really enjoyed working at JP Morgan. I think they're a great institution, a great bank. I have all my accounts there, so please don't listen to this and then shut down all my accounts. Um, but I think it's really cool when I'm able to take a person right out of college and show them how to make six figures right away and buy their first investment property, and teach them how to build a team, how to broker a deal, how to negotiate, how to provide affordable housing to tenants. So I really appreciate that, and I think if there's a legacy that I'm looking forward to, it's having a bunch of successful agents having passive income themselves and teaching other people about passive income.
you said this a couple times already, and I this is one of the things that I always coach agents on is, you said, hey, like, one of the things I struggle with is empathy, right? Or you said before, like, hey, I'm not very well, I'm not the best maybe with that first time home buyer, or that buyer that's, I call them emotional buyers, right? They look at the
Mm-hmm.
cosmetic stuff, the paint and the countertops, but you found what you are good at. And I know you mentioned a couple times, I was like, hey, if you want to learn how to cold call or prospect a list, or that was me, but for buyer leads, I'm that person that's, let's sit behind the computer and just hit some phone numbers.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I love having agents on here, because there's not one way to find success in this business. You're doing it your way. You don't have to take care of everyone if you don't want to. And
Exactly.
I just
Yep.
I love that you said that a couple different times, and I hope that the audience picks up on that. Is, look, if you're more introverted, like real estate, you can still be successful and introverted, or successful in real estate if you are introverted. If maybe that just means that instead of you going to networking events, you're doing more lead gen, internet lead gen, cold calling, to where you don't have to interact on the face to face level in order to have success. So I'm glad that you mentioned that a couple times.
Yeah. No problem. Yeah. I mean, I most of my clients I've never met, and I kind of prefer it that way because I get to scale more. I get to broker more deals. I get to find more off market deals for my clients versus if I gotta go out and take everyone to dinner and take everyone to lunch and take everyone to drinks, which I love drinking. I don't mind doing that, but I can only do that with one or two clients a night. It's going to take away from me being able to sit on my computer and cold call and teach other people how to cold call to find those deals.
Yeah.